Cuban icons are buried. We now have this report from Sherwin Bryce-Pease in Havana.
Well, a somber day across Cuba today, especially as we see the sun rising over Havana's horizon behind me. Of course, the focus will not be in the capital city today, but in the second city of Santiago. We have seen an outpouring of grief on a level not seen since the funeral of Nelson Mandela, Madiba, who was buried in 2013 in South Africa. We have seen similar scenes across this country as the cortege that left Havana on Wednesday last week, carrying the ashes of the late leader Fidel Castro, has snaked its way from the northwest of the country to the southeast in Santiago. The focus today will, of course, be the burial of those ashes, the interment of those ashes in a cemetery, Santa Ifigenia, a cemetery that holds other national heroes, including the late Jose Marti, who is known as the father of the revolution, not the revolution, the father of Cuba. So it's going to be interesting to see as time passes how Fidel Castro will be remembered. Will he be remembered as the father of the revolution, or will he be remembered as the prince of the revolution? But certainly the focus will be on the private ceremony in Santiago today, just the family and close confidants, after a massive rally in that city last night. A massive turnout, tens of thousands of people coming to pay their last respects, their final goodbye to the revolutionary leader. Among those dignitaries from Africa, the AU Commission Chairperson, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, SACP General Secretary, South Africa's Higher Education Minister, Dr. Bladen Zamande was there. Leaders from Brazil, the former Brazilian president, his name escapes me now, Evo Morales of Brazil, Lula da Silva of Brazil, but notably an absence of leaders from countries like the United States, Germany, France, the big nations around the world. So we didn't see the Prime Minister, for example, of Canada, Justin Trudeau, come down here due to a lot of criticism he was receiving at home after a complimentary statement praising the late leader. But certainly a number of lower-level representatives from those countries appearing. The Ambassador of the United States, Jeffrey De Laurentiis, was there. The Deputy National Security Advisor, Ben Rhodes, was here. So historically a United States presence here, which was absolutely critical given the rapprochement that we are seeing between these two countries, despite statements we are hearing from President-elect Donald Trump. President Obama, of course, re-establishing ties with the Cuban people, reopening embassies earlier this year. We have seen the resumption of commercial flights here. You can fly directly on a commercial flight from New York to Havana. So there has been progress in this regard, and it's something we will be watching closely as relations develop here. Interestingly, President Raul Castro last night speaking about how his brother did not want to be, didn't want names, buildings named after him, didn't want statues erected in his name. And I think that spoke to his socialist ideals. He certainly didn't want praise after death. Per his request, there will be a law passed in the national legislature here that will prohibit cities and the country from naming places after Fidel Castro. So the focus today, after a week of 9 days of mourning, the culmination, the final chapter, if you will be his interment. Those ashes, of course, he was cremated last weekend. Those ashes will be interred in a private ceremony for family and close confidants.